Oh, hi there. It's Saturday, and we have a big day of WSL ahead of us. It's already started, and there are more to go. Let's take a look here at the schedule. At 1500, which is 8 a.m. my time, which is in 14 minutes, we have Benjamin Schuett going against Berserk, and this game has already started. We'll get into that shortly. And Ghost 1 versus Mark 44706, which I'll be watching. Also, maybe we'll keep an eye on this other game, Flavio Fam and Chilenito. We'll see. But let's go to go right now. They started early. They're already in move 30. And let's watch. They started. I saw Benjamin. I was going to start the stream maybe in about 3-4 minutes, but I saw a couple minutes ago that they had already started. So rushed to get my coffee going, and here I am. Scoot is good. Good to see you again. Benjamin Schuett Sente. Berserk is making an attack here. Interesting. So we have sort of a lightly castled king on the Sente side, playing quickly. They're both playing quickly. So already 15 minutes of the clock is gone. So I said a couple minutes. It wasn't a couple minutes. The game started a while ago. But I had to make my coffee pour over. It is. I don't have the details of what I actually ground today, but real Kovalo, hello. Being able to catch this live, nice to meet you. Yeah, nice to meet you too. Thanks for the follow yesterday. I saw that in the sidebar, so thank you for that. May make sure the stream is looking all right. It is. It's on the good day, Emperor Rex. Early start to the day. So this is Team Malaysia versus Team Brazil. What Brazil number? This is the Division C team. Division C. It is Brazil 2 and Malaysia. And Malaysia is in second place currently. And, the season is early. We're not even at the midway point. And Slovakia is tied, Brazil 2 is in fourth place. So this is a battle for the two of the top teams right now. And I assume this is the first board, but apologies. Let me switch off the game one more time. I think this is the first board. Actually, I'll check it on the side so I don't have to take the game off. It's so hard to find Shogi these days. It's been hard to find Shogi, yeah, for a long time. Hey, Gust 1, good luck today. Good luck. You'll be a featured game today. Let's see here. WSL. What was I trying to say? What was I looking for? I was looking for which board this is. Which board? Today is. Oh, this is board 3. Malaysia has a very tough team. So the Ninjas is board 1. The Ninja did win the first game against Kambui. I don't know how to pronounce that. And then two remaining games. There are two remaining games for this month between these two teams. Goldie 64 will be taking on Tithias, and Benjamin Schuett, of course, here against Berserk. And so it's anyone's game, but Malaysia has a 1-0, a 1-0 advantage this month so far. So if Benjamin Schuett could win this, that would be that would do it. That would win the month. But every single game counts in terms of tie breaks. So you've got to get as many wins as you can when you can get them. All right, attack is coming fierce. This is a fierce attack. But then again, so is this. Night drop. There's no mate here. There's no mate here on this side for So that, you know, the night drop on, and there it is. The night drop on 4/5 seems deadly. Well, maybe not deadly, but it seems good. Yeah, you defend it. I think that's the that is the key. I think I might have dropped myself. I might have dropped a piece in defense, or I might have gotten the gold from 4-1 up into the defense. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I didn't look at the position long enough. Hmm. Okay, so what do we have? What do we have? Any other options on the other side of the board? Is there any way to win a rook? Any way to win a rook? Oh, interesting. Interesting. I would not have done that. I wonder what the idea is here. Maybe he's also looking to apply pressure on the 6th file. Because I would have brought the silver if I was going to do this, which is probably what I was thinking. I would have brought the silver to 4/5. The same sort of pressure. That way, silver comes to 4/5. Maybe he drops a knight, or drops a knight defending some square. Yeah, or the silver, and then we could have doubled it up. I mean, we still can double it up by dropping it on 4/5, but now, yeah, it's still, yeah. I think it's probably either or probably is fine. But like, what are you gonna do? Drop another silver here? Drop another silver, then Gote drops a silver. You don't want to give too many pieces over here to be able to mate, I think. But there's really no fear of mate, at least anytime soon, because the king has plenty of room to run on the left, and the rook is defending also that second rank. That seems good. That seems good. Yeah, I like that. That's a strong player play. That's a strong move. Got to get that pawn out of there so that we can start dropping our pieces in and exchanging. So what's next? What's on tap here? Throwing a piece back in defense, getting the gold up. Redirecting the silver back to 5/1 so that we open the rook rank, and then maybe can pull it back in for defense. Do we push this pawn? Push this pawn. Takes. Okay. Yeah, yeah, that silver feels heavy to me, and it doesn't really do much. What's this? Bajiru Suki? Is it Bajiruski Basilski? Hello, nice to see you. So while this is going on, it's 7:56. I'm not going to check for the other games yet. This is interesting enough as it is. It'd be nice to be able to have two boards on the screen. You know, you can't observe two games on 81 Dojo with the same account. Hey, Fordoon, good morning. Yeah, this is tough. A moment of truth right now, I think. Then again, maybe I didn't I before I didn't think this accomplished as much or is too slow, and maybe I still agree with that. But at the same time, you do get to take the gold, get the king up, or maybe you get the rook. I don't know which he's going to take with, but that's a question. You get this gold, you could just throw it back in defense, so you quickly get a defender back. Could that have been a misclick? Could that have been a misclick? What's he defending there? Is he defending a pawn drop on 2-5? I'm baffled at 2-6, the 2-6 gold. Got to respond to this. Presumably a pawn, maybe a pawn on 4-2. You have to respond to this because you pushing the pawn is, you cannot be taken because it would be mate. Yeah, here comes that attack. Silver drop. Silver drop. Silver 5-1. Silver drop 4-3. Silver 5-1. We're just going to throw mega pieces at it. Want to go nuts? Let's get nuts. Yep, it is late in Japan. It is late in Japan. I appreciate you being here. It's late in Japan, but this is earlier than I usually stream. There are a lot of games today. I think this is the big WSL weekend of the month. It usually seems that there's a big weekend of the month. But this is not the last. This is not the last weekend of May. I thought WSL the big week was usually the last weekend of the month. Coffee, got my Shogi Dad hoodie. Is it showing? It's hard to get on screen here. There it is. There's the Shogi Dad. The Shogi Dad branding. I'm trying to get straight here. Yeah, and he did go 5-1. He did pull it back to 5-1. That that defends the square. It opens up the taking with the king was a choice. Taking with the king was that was a choice. That is not a choice I would have made. But maybe it had to be done because the token coming in. It feels like this is basically over now. I'm not reading. I can't calculate, but just my eyes are telling me that this is over. Shogi Otosan. So do you just promote or do you drop the gold? Probably drop the gold. Or is he? Oh, is he going to drop the silver on 2-2? That would be snazzy. Yeah. I'm not sure if that is that any better. Is that I think this is going to accomplish the same thing. If the king goes up to 3-2, gold drop on 3-3, gold takes, silver takes, pawn. It's the same exact result as if we had dropped the gold on 4-3, I think. But maybe the gold drop on 4-3 would have allowed the king to run a little bit. Nah. Because then we would just take the gold, and then looking forward to pushing the pawn. I don't think there's any practical difference, but yeah, I think the practical difference is that now the king can run to 4. It can potentially run over to 4-2. That there is running room. The other way I think was more forceful, but I could be miscalculating. $803. Just gonna check the other games. Ghost 1's game has started. It has started. We will be switching to that. This game is going to be over soon. Well, no, it's not. No, it's not. I think that was a mistake, too. That pawn. Oh, man. I'm not sure. What was the logic there? What was the logic there? Why let the king run to the left? And, don't look now, but Gote has a lot of pieces. Can Gote mate here? I don't think so. Not with 3 silvers and a knight. And the defensive power of the rook and the bishop are over here. I think keeping that going. Hey, NinWorld! Gold drop 3-1. King takes 2-2. Pawn 4-3 promote. King takes 3-1. Bishop 2-2 promote instead of pawn. Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's what my eyes were seeing. Yeah. I think just allowing the king to run was unnecessary, I think. And so for that reason alone, I think also maybe the gold drop on 4-3 rather than the 2-2 silver would have been more straightforward. The Minesweeper Gambit, hello? My name is not Ben. Benjamin is playing. We are watching a WSL game here. So Benjamin Schuett, my co-host in some of the tournaments, the co-commentator in the tournament games, is playing here his WSL game. He sent a Berserk from Brazil is Gote, and WSL is let me just give a link here to the Division D, the current. Here's what we're looking at. The other game, the Ghost 1 game, which we'll be switching to as soon as we can, is also in Division C. And that game, Guatemala is struggling mightily this year. They're 0-3, but they're strong. And they are playing... Who is Ghost 1 playing? Mexico, of course. Very strong team as well. A very strong team. And who is in 8th place. So two strong teams will be battling it out at the basement of Division C. Hey Rico, great to see you. Been a while. So I'm excited about. I like watching Gost1. Gost1 has been a supporter of the channel, and friend of the channel since I started streaming, 2.5, 3 years ago, and so I'll always be a Gost1 fanboy. I stream on YouTube. Yes, I multi-stream to both. Yeah, I wouldn't say the podcast and the stream are back. They are. If I can get interviews, I will do the podcasts. No TikTok. Good to see you, Magic Based. No TikTok. I think I'm too old. I think, a lot of websites, when they do age verification, it's to make sure you're not too young. I think TikTok has reverse age validation, where they make sure you're not too old. This game, I think this game has just taken way. He let him off the hook, and this is surprising. This is surprising because Benjamin Schuett's attacks are usually ferocious. But again, I could be wrong. The fact that NinWorld was seeing the same line I was, though, is giving me some consolation that I might have been correct. Gold 8-3 is fun. Nice to see you, Killer Ducky. Gold 8-3. Gold 8-3 here, pulling the rook up. Gold 8-3, pulling the rook up, and then dropping the gold on 7-2, I suppose. And you just said gold 7-2. Yep. Yeah, I like that. I like that as well. Gold 8-3 now, though. So gold 8-3, pawn takes. Gold takes is too fast. Yeah. You need to play more shogi until you can scan the board at a glance and know the entire position. Well, I think I'm with you on that. And I play a lot of shogi. Not to always be talking up my mate runs, but the mate run, which is a Shogi Quest, is a mobile application that has Tsume problems as well, and some sort of timed Tsume, and some they have something called Mate Run, which, if you're familiar with chess, if you're familiar with Puzzle Rush or Puzzle Storm, they allow you to do 2 of those per day. 2 per day per device. And I do mine. I've been doing mine every day for a couple years now, and I think that forces a bit of quick, full board visibility. Public service announcement for Shogi Quest. They have recently, at least on iPhone, they've added a new piece set that they are calling, at least in English, they're calling it Crisp. I can't do the R roll. Crisp. Where, okay, he's going for it. So Crisp is a higher contrast piece. It's a not oranger, it's a orange/browner piece set that has a better contrast with their default classic sort of wood-grained board. So, like 81 Dojo here, you can see this is relatively low contrast, but the shadowing is done. To my eyes, this is a low contrast board and piece set, but the shadowing is pretty good, at least in terms of distinguishing the pieces. It's a little hard to make out the direction of the pieces, I think, especially if you compare it to, like, say, Shogi Wars. but it's nice. It's not a dark mode. You know, it's bright. It has its problems, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's classic board. It's crisp pieces. One way to speed up your board recognition, Rico is saying, is to analyze a position in 3x3 chunks instead of the whole board. Yeah, I mean that's a nice that if you can do that without hyper focusing, as I sometimes do, then that's a really good recommendation. Do we have Tsume? Do we have Tsume? Can we take? No, no, because take. We take, bishop 3-3, run. Gold drop, or gold takes silver. I'm not seeing it. I think at least the king will be able to run. So I don't think that's Sume. Oh, I love the Pio Shogi app. Pio Shogi is, I think, so yesterday's stream I did a test of the new bots on the new Shogi site called Hikaku because I had such a positive experience with the very first game that I played against one of the bots there. And long spoiler alert, it was a mini disaster, and the bot, I was very disappointed with what I saw. But until, and I suppose maybe still is my recommendation, if you want to play bots and you want to start out at the beginning levels, I think the Pio Shogi bots, this is not a huge compliment for them, but I'll say I think they are the best bots that we have right now in the Shogi world. And so I love it for that. I think their Tsume problems, you know, their mate problems are fantastic. And I do those every week. So it's part of my Sunday pre over the board club routine is to do, we get to the coffee shop early, I do my Pio Shogi like problems, and I think they're really good full board problems. I love it, especially on iPhone where the app is fully localized into, almost fully localized in English. The story mode is not, but it's really nicely done. Also, as a Kifu editor, it's nice. So, like, for example, back to that same club, the club leader records games with Pio Shogi. He does it on Android where there's no translation, but you know, he has no problem with it. So great app. I think it's one of the best mobile apps we have. I think so. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Gold drop, gold drop, silver takes, horse takes, king takes, silver drop. So this is mate. This is mate unless the king runs. So gold takes. I mean gold drop is mate. Gold drop is mate. Gold, I think so. This is my eyes. Gold drop is mate. If the rook takes, it's not just. No, it's still not mate. If the rook takes, we take the silver. King takes the gold. No. Hold on. Gold drop, rook takes. Gold takes 6-1. King takes. Horse takes. King 7-1. Okay, so that's not it. That is not mate. How about horse takes, king takes? Maybe we just keep it simple. Maybe just keep it simple. Gold takes 6-1. Gold takes 6-1. King has to run to 7-2. Horse takes. Yumaitsume here is not the greatest. But I don't know if there is an absolute demand here to play precisely. Because there's no threat. He's used up the silvers. I feel it's here. I do feel it's here. I do feel that Tsume is here. Maybe it's not. I feel it is. He's got a lot of time. Okay, so he went with the gold. He went with the gold, which is what I think what I would have done. He had 15 minutes on the clock, and down to 12 now. So I probably would have spent a little more time trying to find it. Wow. That is gutsy. That is gutsy. Ooh. Now we do the silver drop 8-3. Now. Can we gold drop 6-2, rook takes, bishop takes, king takes, rook drop 8-2? Silver drop is also good. Oh, okay. I guess that's safe. Maybe I'm too hyper. This is sort of a problem with me in my end games. Maybe I'm just too hyper focused on trying to perform the mate sometimes. But like, what about silver drop? Yeah, I don't know. Oops, I just dropped my hoodie string into my coffee, so that now there's coffee on my hoodie string. Oh well. I'm gonna pour some water onto a napkin and then just wipe it. Darn, I really wanted to see Ghost 1's game. I apologize for anyone who tuned in just for that. I did not expect this to go much longer. So let's check on it now. I'm going to check on it now. This could be a long time of thinking. So we have 3 games running right now. Okay, it will not let me look at the other game without exiting the first game. So I'm going to go in here. Ghost 1 is in a high Mino, playing third file rook. As Gote, Mark 44706 is in... This is not Bonanza, right? This is not a Bonanza, I don't think, but it's Bonanza adjacent, maybe? Normally I'd be cheering for the Sente side here because they're playing proper shogi, aka static rook. But yeah, this looks like an interesting one. I look forward. I hope this other one finishes quickly. Oh, I didn't exit. I just minimized. You were thinking gold drop 6-1, gold drop 6-1, king 7-2, horse 6-2, king 8-3, just to force them out of there, just to force the king out of there, and then what? And then take the pawn, just take the pawn on 8-6, and then push up the board. So to my eye, I'm a huge Benjamin fanboy here. I'm a huge fanboy, but I feel like he deserves to lose this one. My read, watch. We'll look at the bar, afterwards. If we look at the eval, and it'll just be perfect the whole way. But I feel like he's played with his. I feel like he's played with his food too much. Maybe even sacking silver drop 8-4 to get bishop 6-6. Get that bishop 6-6 into play. Yeah. That's absolutely something that I was trying to make work. It just felt too fancy. Like I look at that, I'm thinking, okay, we could do this, get this, but then the one thing you can say is that this was doing some nice defensive work here. So I didn't really want without any major reason to do that. I think I would have not done it because I do like the defensive value of this. Yeah, so here's that drop or one of the drops I was thinking about. I was thinking about it when he had a silver, but now that he got now that he got a gold, it's even nicer. Do we drop the silver on 8-3 now? Drop the silver on 8-3. Drop the silver on 8-3. Rook takes. Horse takes. King runs to 8-2. King runs to 8-2. Horse 7-2. King 9-2. We take the rook. Then the opponent resigns. Yeah. This bishop here nicely does protect against the knight drop here. Okay, so he is going with that line that he's going with the line that I just gave here. I suspect.
これより秒読みに入ります。
And all else fails. There's always this free silver.
$30 秒 40 秒 50 秒
Okay, GG to both. Nice fight from Berserk, And you know, that attack in the middle game was ferocious from Benjamin Schuett. Really good one. I think he just let him off the hook a little bit. But maybe in the end, the hook was still hooked. Maybe it was just too overwhelming of an advantage. All right, so apologies that I'm about to do this. But I am going to flip the board. I want to see it from Gost One's perspective. I make no bones about my I make no. Is it bones or make no qualms? I don't. I do not hide the fact that I have my preferences and my biases. All right, Real Kovalo. See you later. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you again for that follow. Yeah, my biases are not hidden, and I'm cheering for Gost One. How are we thinking about this position, though? Hmm. Hmm. So it appears that Gost One did not give up like a piece to get this promoted horse. So, you know, this makes sense. Oh boy. Wow. Wow. Wait a minute. 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 Wasn't it pawn takes? Pawn takes, knight takes, knight takes? Or I guess it would it have been pawn takes, silver back to 5-3? Which feels great to me. Ooh, boy. I don't was that a tactic? The tactic, you know, the spidey senses, the tactics spidey senses were going off. But maybe it was fine. VMD Ayaka, hello. I think it's a bishop take. Is it bishop take here? Diana Jimenez, hello. But you're cheering for Guatemala. You're cheering for Guatemala. Ah, so desu ne. Yeah, I like that too. I like that too. His castle his castle is more resilient right now. I think the rook trade favors Gost One. Once this is taken, this piece is hanging. This piece is hanging. We've got nice drop points. I feel like this favors that trade favors Gost One. I think we'll see. As a habitual bad rook trader, I think I have a good sense of when it's not good to trade. It's usually the times that I do the trade. So I think this was not a great trade for Mark, but possibly this is he saw something like with this attack. you know, this point here is this point is a little light. This rook drop point, I think. You could force the castle to get sort of broken up. But this is this silver's still hanging. We're still defending. Taylor McKinnon, hello. Nice to see you. I can't believe I still have some coffee. Atari is let me switch to the Atari cam a bit here. She's about to, I think this is going to show up. Let me just put this down here. What are you going to do, Atari? You going to jump? Some shoes there. What are you going to do? You just smelling? Why don't you play with your toy? All right. Well, she's just checking it out. She's just checking it out. I'll switch it back here. I hear the clicking of the pieces. Don't want to lose too much. Okay, so what happened? Apologies. I need to see what happened. Take, drop, take, drop. Ah, that's a nice way to defend that free piece. That's an interesting way, boy. It's a very interesting way to defend that silver. Let's look at that again. Would it have behooved him to make that trade? And then get the rook drop? So we get a rook drop here. If we get a rook drop on 2-8, what are we doing? Huh. Okay. So is the idea, what's the idea there? What's the idea there rather than 2-8? Is it that when we take on 2-9, the take on 2-9 comes with tempo? Yeah. Yeah. So the 2-8 would have given up the gold. 2-8 would have given up the gold. Hmm. Yeah, the knee-jerk idea is to drop the lance on 6-2. Hey, Benjamin Shuhid, good to see you. Congrats. Wait, what do you mean? Wait, what am I going to give you a break? Yeah, I saw earlier you were playing that TT. How did the TT game go? How did the TTK game go? Your WSL game, that middle game position was just brutal. You that was I didn't see how you created it, but boy, that was strong. Stifling. It just felt to me like you let him off the hook. Yeah, so this is interesting. I figured this was going to happen. I think I want to take with the king, but you need to take with the silver, but then that gives the rook drop. Oh. No. No. Bishop drop, right? Bishop drop, king takes, dragon takes. Lance takes. Wait, so bishop drop, king takes, rook takes, rook drop. Rook takes, king takes, lance takes. Oh, your TT game was a comeback win. Oh, nice. I think in these crazy positions, I tend to look to the fanciness. Yeah, this is the only thing I see. Hey, Skykeeper. This is the only thing I see. So if the king goes to 7-9, I think rook takes, king takes, lance takes. King takes, rook takes, lance takes. Dragon takes, king takes, lance takes, which is now Tsumero, because gold drop, silver drop. So he cannot take this. Yeah. I think this one's clear. I think it's over. I think it's basically over. Unless he can somehow get some form of attack going. Tough. I believe in this attack. I believe in this attack from Ghost 1. And the fact that he played it so quickly makes me think he believes in it too. The fact that he made it quickly makes me believe that either he believes in this or he doesn't believe in this. So it's all or nothing. It's all or nothing right now. He either believes in this fully or he doesn't believe in it at all. There's no middle ground. The psychology of the game. Hi, Atari. She walks into the room, announces her presence. You'll never do a double tournament time. You're completely out. These are not exactly the fastest games. Come on. You need to get in tournament shape. You need to get in tournament shape. You can't be playing 2 games and just be done. Come on. Come on. You're young. Just wait until you're older. If you're complaining about playing 2 games now as a young man, just wait. What, Atari? Yeah? You gonna go upstairs? What are you gonna do? All right, mom close the door for you. I'll open it slightly so you can go out if you want. All right. There you go. There you go. You're too old for this. Oh my gosh, ridiculous. Ridiculous. This game's got some fire in it. We're down to under 10 minutes for Mark and 10:46 for Gust 1 here. So they both have plenty of time to calculate this as much as they want. So I have to believe that Mark is looking for mating attacks and defensive resources. So what are those defensive resources? You know, rook drop on 8/8. King 8/8 I think is not going to do it. King 8/8 I think is not going to do it because silver drop. There's just no rook drop that can't easily be parried. So if he does drop the rook, yeah, if he does drop the rook, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Oh, I don't. Too fast. Too fast. He must have been calculating this, but I think I like going with the. Whoa, 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 whoa! No, 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 no. Can we drop a gold on 9/9? Drop a gold. King has to take. Drop a silver. Can we take with the bishop? Take with the bishop. Gold takes. Knight drop. You better be sure about this, though. That's the only problem, is that bishop takes knight. Gold takes. Bishop drop. King 9-9. But oh gosh. Oh, maybe he sees it. I don't like it. I guess it's fine. I guess it's fine. I guess it's totally fine. I guess it's totally fine. Yeah, there's not as much attack now because he used a rook there. You thought, Skykeeper, you thought gold 7-9? So gold 7-9. Gold 7-9. And then what? You're saying king takes, gold drop? King runs? What's the idea then? Silver drop? I do think the bishop takes knight would have worked. But that doesn't matter now. Rook takes. I'm not sure what line that is. Going for it. That doesn't seem right. So that to me does not seem right. I think we probably have mate. We have to have mate. We have to. Gold drop. King runs. Gold drop. King runs to 9-2, 9-8. Silver drop. Or no, gold drop. Rook takes. Horse takes. King takes. Silver drop. Then we get a rook drop after wherever the king goes. Or does the king go to 9-2 and we don't have anything? No, we do have something because our gold is here. We'll have our silver here. We'll come up with the silver if he does come up here. Then he runs and we get the rook drop. I think this is mate. I think we start with gold. I think we start with gold 7-9. Gold 7-9. If the king goes to 9-9, we drop another gold. Rook takes, gold takes, king takes, and then we have the silver drop on 7-8. With two golds and a silver and almost a hostage rook here, this has to be mate. This has to be it. He must be sure, because he has so much time to think about this. Okay, so this one I think is the easier mate. This I think is just gold drop. I think this is just gold drop on 8-7. The other one I'm not sure. The other one I'm pretty sure is gold take. This the gold take. Um, but this one I'm in my mind I'm 90% certain it's just gold drop. Gold, rook takes, horse takes, king takes, silver 7-8. Um, yeah, silver 7-8. He comes over here. If he goes to 9-8, I think 9-8's the trickier one. We come up silver, no promote. Yeah, it's king no promote, and then if the king goes or silver 8-9 promote no promote, king goes to 9-7, we drop the rook on 9-8, and then we just do our back and forth. King goes to 8-7, dragon, promote the dragon on 7-8, king goes back to 9-7, then the dragon comes over to 9-8. So I'm more convinced now that this is mate. I think it's here. I do think it's here. So again, gold 8-7, rook takes, Horse takes. King takes. Silver drop 7-8. If king goes to, silver drop 7-8. If king goes to 8-8, rook drop 8-7, king wherever the king goes, rook promote on 8-9. And then the king comes back to 9-9 or 9-7, and then the horse or the dragon comes to 8-7. And so we get our we drop our silver on 7-8. King goes. I think the best try is king goes to 9-8. Then we drop the silver on. Oh, wait, we drop the. So we take the silver up. The king goes back here. The king goes back to 8-7. King goes back to 8-7. King goes back to 8-7. So gold drop, king takes, horse takes, king takes, silver 8-7, silver 7-8, king 9-8. Yeah, maybe that isn't. Maybe that, yeah, maybe that isn't. Maybe that isn't. You think a pawn push, Danny Boy, good to see you. Danny Boy, Baduk, Wei Chi. If you're the same Danny, Boy, good to see you. But I see this is first time chat. Pawn push 9-5 would have been good. I definitely think there's a need to think about the mate, but because the other, yeah. Wait, now, hold on. Now is it mate? Did he just mate himself? Gold drop, rook takes, horse takes, silver, king back. There is the proverb of edge against the edge king, push the edge pawn. All right. I've got to turn off this sound. Someone is bothering me here with messages. Sorry about that, everybody. I wish I could turn off PMs. At 81 Dojo doesn't seem to have any way to turn that off.
30秒
Okay. What if he takes the gold? If he pulls the gold back, we take. Yeah, that's Sumero. Boy, I'm still thinking about the earlier mating attack. Maybe it was. I mean, now you know, once the rook was dropped, I guess that sort of ends. That ends Mark 44706's attack. So we're not. So there's no rush. Nice. Nice. Very nice. I think nice. Yeah, the king can run. So if the king runs, then we drop the gold. Oh, interesting. I think dropping the gold I think would have been interesting too. Now we drop the, yeah, now it's boy, he really went fast on this. Maybe he just got excited, but boy, he really went quickly. He did not take any time. GG. Amazing game. I want to copy this. I need to bring this into to the engine. I just want to see if there was something in that if there was a mate in that attack. You know, I had thought there was, but then I thought there wasn't. So here we are. Okay. So I think there's mate here. Okay, minus 99. So we have two. We have gold drop. So neither of these is finding mate, but it's minus 99, which is basically mate. So we have the move that I said, and now it shows it. Now it shows its mate. Yeah. So this is the move. This is the move that I speculated was going to be mate. It's mate in 10 with 3 different ways of responding here. And then there is also 7 9. Oh, 7 no 9 7 gold. 9 7 gold is the other minus 99. Makes sense. Take, and then we just take, and now it's, yeah, so those are the 2 mates. How about the way it turned out in the game? Okay, I mean, obviously it's not obviously, but it is still significant. It's minus 50. Maybe if we let this think a little longer, it gets to be mate. I don't know, but now it's mate. 7 9 gold. 9 7 silver. 9 7 silver. So this is the key then. This is the key. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Nice. Okay. Okay. That's a pretty one. That is a pretty one. That is a pretty one. All right. Let's get out of here. There should be another game starting, I think, pretty soon. Let me switch my scene. I think there should be a game starting soon. Let me switch the scene again. We get to WSL. Let's get home. Okay. At 10 p.m. my time. Oh, this is in another hour. Another hour. Another hour to wait. And I don't know who these players are. Synchro, who I don't know, but I know of these names. Synchro and Mary Hatman are starting at 1800, which is 2 hours from now. So maybe we'll be able to get this game. I'm gonna take. I'll be taking a little bio and drink break here shortly, but yeah. So after we do that, I guess we can look at that Benjamin Schuett game and sort of confirm some of our suspicions from while we were watching, and then see how it goes. Hey, Ghost 1, great attack, great attack. Very impressive. Yeah, as soon as you went for it, I thought it was there. I thought it was. I believed in you. I believed in that attack from the beginning. So I was, because I'm hopeful. I'm cheering. But yeah, I believed in your attack. It was a really nice vision to get it. It turned out there were faster attacks at the end there, but you never gave it up. So it was perfect play essentially. Yeah, really interesting stuff. I thought that rook to me and let's take a look. To me, the rook trade was the big mistake that your opponent made there. I thought, in my mind, it was fine until that rook trade. So we are dead even here. This was not great for. This was not terrible, but not great. Okay, so the option here. Okay, so this is what I said during the game. So this move was correct. The pawn was correct. But that didn't quite. I think both the pawn and the knight take are correct here. But yours is fine. Yours is fine. Yeah. And this is it. Yeah, this was the mistake. Making this trade was the mistake. And I don't want to say conversion because this isn't over by any means. A pro is going to convert this, but for us, it's something else. And then this was. Yeah, this it was a quirky way to defend this silver, but it just didn't work out. Interestingly, the engine likes this. The engine likes this so much more. It also just dropping the rook here. Just dropping the rook here is also like absolutely. Just either of these places is plus. We get into the plus 10 range, but this is minus 12. That's tough to see in a game. That is really tough to see. I think that's tough to pull the trigger. For me, it's tough to pull the trigger on that. To take a silver and give up a token. I guess you don't give up a token. You take it back with the bishop. So is that what it is? Or is there something else here? Yeah, second best move is taking it back. This is better, but it's okay. Yeah. Yeah, that rook trade, the rook trade definitely was rough. And having these two pieces on pre was also, how did that happen? Yeah, this castle just didn't quite work. Really nice. You've lost the games for, you've lost games for being too confident. You wanted to be more patient. Yeah, yeah. Well, but your end game sure was strong here. You know, real well, he made it hard. So this is another thing, is that this is something that I see a lot of times, and it is a big skill difference between levels. He did not make it difficult for you. I think that's the problem. Is that he didn't make it difficult. He kind of limited in some way. He limited your choices. He limited your choices to choices among good moves. So once this happened, I think once this happened, I think he basically made it hard for you to make a mistake. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's of course you're going to take with the silver. The engine is going up and down based on, how much we're thinking, but it's you're taking the number one moves. Yeah. So interestingly, this at depth 20, the engine's saying this is the best and this is the second best. So I think Skykeeper and I both immediately were saying this, if I'm not mistaken. What you did. So what you did is what we saw. I'm just going to play this through here. Wait, is that 6-6? Yeah. It needs to think. It needs to think. Wow. That's tough. That's tough. So let's drop the rook. Let's drop the rook. Come back. Yeah. And it's just it's mate here. All right, engine. Show off. Coach Rowe will see this, but okay. The engine is just styling here. Okay. I like your move. I liked your move. Skykeeper liked your move. It was 2-1 humans against the engine in terms of that. But yeah, that was really awesome. And then this was the so king takes. I think king takes was the best try. And then we take here. Drop the rook. This is the variation that I said. And then with more thought. Okay, so now the engine does love this. Yeah. So I think this was the best chance. And then yeah. I think this was their best chance. All right, I'm gonna take this break. I need to take this break. Let's take a sip of water, and I'll be right back. Go here. Be right back. All right, I am back. I've switched from coffee to green tea and ready to go. Ready to go. So let's take a look at Benjamin Schuett's game here. I don't have it in my buffer, so let's... where is it? Here it is. Kifu. Copy this. Kifu. Copy. I'm gonna. I'll just make a WSL study. Study. Create study. Create study. What do I do? Always takes me a bit here to remember how to do this. Stream WSL games. That's what I'll call it. Add a new chapter. Add this one. Okay. And switch the scene. Flip it here. Okay. So where do we want to look at this one? We got to this point. You know, the opposing rook. I don't think Benjamin Shu would sit here. He's probably still sleeping. He's got his opposing rook. Ah, okay. Cool. This is where we this is around, I think, where we joined the game, and as you can see, it's just even here. Huh. Okay, so this was, yeah, this piling on of pieces, interestingly, is not what was not the best idea. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't. So looking at this position, it's not as strong as maybe I thought it was. You know, the thing is, when I see him playing, I just assume what he's doing is very strong. So I think that guides or jades me. It gives me a bit of a bias, but okay. Okay, the engine did not. The response is to defend, and this I actually thought he did because he was in a defensive position. But still, it's fine. Huh. It just the engine, all these moves are drops or moves of this silver area. Yeah, so that was not it. Huh. Shogi stuff. Wanted this trade. You know, the engine likes golds and bishops equally. This makes sense. Knowing what we know about golds and bishops makes sense that the engine would like to take this pawn. But I don't think I make that play either, because I love this battery. And okay, yeah, I thought this move was so sophisticated. We were talking, I believe, about dropping the silver here at some point. But no, the number one move is just take, so that we can do that same thing. It really wants that gold out of there. The engine really wants that gold out of there. This is the move that I thought was a misclick. So I thought this move was a misclick. It is a mistake. I would love to know what the meaning was here. I thought this was just this. I thought this must have been a misclick. I still think it must have been a misclick, because I just can't see the. Other than maybe that Sente does not have a pawn in hand, so you're really not even protecting against a Tataki here. I'm just not sure what it's going for. Maybe it was the inverse of seeing a ghost. Maybe he just saw something. He saw something good. Maybe he just saw something good that didn't turn out to be there. Okay, so that was this is the I think the big mistake here, that it flipped the eval anyway a lot, and then the rest is sort of it's what you'd expect here. Beautiful moves. He's making all the time. Like, this is another case, I think, that once this happened, his opponent did not make it difficult for him. Like, all the opponent's moves were it's like it became very difficult to make a mistake here in the attack. Engine likes both knight takes and silver drops. This is what, so this mistake, you could see this is a pretty big mistake. It's already, I mean, the game's already like lost, but this makes it even more lost. This is the move that I was speculating he would do. And it makes sense, you know, it makes logical sense because it, you know, it gives extra defenders. But he, you know, he did see the best move. All the moves are going to be good here, but takes, king takes was not much worse than anything else. Maybe it was the best. Yeah, I mean it's you know, it's rough. Now the knight, and now, okay, yeah, so this was great. And now 3-1. Yeah. So this is the thing. He let the king run. 3-1 is interestingly, 3-1 is the only move. 3-1 is the only move here. Everything else goes back to like plus 15, which obviously is still winning for someone at this level. But it's plus 99, 3-1 gold. But if he would have just played it dumb, you know, played your dumb Shogi Dad style, playing it dumb, you know, it's 20, plus 26, plus 27, whatever, is certainly worse than minus, you know, or wait, were you minus? Okay, sorry. Yeah, plus. So the dumb approach was good. Yeah. Still lets him run. So the dumb approach does still let him run. That's the difference. You know, my dumb approach lets him run. This is the best, but it has to be. This move is best, but it has to be followed up with this. Otherwise, it's worse than everything else. Boy. Yeah, this I think was just, I think he brain farted here. It doesn't go back to even, but you can see it goes, it's no longer a winning game. I'm guessing he just brain farted there. This engine wants just, yeah, get to safety. And now it's pretty much unlosable. 7-2 gold is what the engine's calling for. Yeah. 6-1 gold, 7-2 gold are both good, but this is fine. And then, yeah. Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. Yep. Yep. Really nice. Really, outside of just letting him run, this had to have been just because he played for hours already. The pawn push, letting the king run. Fascinating game. Fascinating game. And that's the thing with these kinds of attacks. That double battery. They're so hard to defend. It's really difficult to play against that. Even if technically it's possible to, for the engines to play that, for a human, it's just littered with landmines. Really strong. Really strong. This opposing rook never even came into play. Wow. All right. Head back. Head back to 81 Dojo. And what do we have? We have nothing. We have nothing right now. Nothing. So is there anyone to watch while we wait? What games? We'll review. We'll review WSL standings. We'll review the weekend's games. So today there's already been a batch of them. This is Division D game. I'm not familiar with either of these players. Division E, I'm not familiar with any of them. Tulip got the win. I noticed this. Congratulations to Tulip. I was excited to see that. Another Division C game. Tulip's team has a win. Let's take a look. Let me just go into Division C itself. Australia is down in the basement, but let's see if with Tulip's help they can climb out. And they did. So they won. They won this. Archon won. That's a good win. Misanthrope Troll is good. Friend of the channel, Abigail, is going to be playing in the other game. Haven't seen Abigail in a long time that I can recall. And so there's that. So Tulip pulled it out. That's going to help them climb up a little bit more. Slovakia pulled it out here against Colombia, which I think we already knew. And Benjamin Schuett's win gives Malaysia the win in this very important this important top of bracket battle. Fortune will be playing tomorrow. Synchro will be playing in an hour and 25 minutes. So that's starting up. I don't know much about Mary Hatman. There is a chess international master, Jovanka Hauska, whose username is Little Hat, but this is Mary Hat Man. So I don't know if there's any relationship to her. Little Hat and like Mary Hat Man. Maybe they're siblings, maybe they're spouses. I don't know. Maybe they're completely unrelated. Let's see. Okay, so he's 5Q. If this is to be believed, well, it's not to be believed because there are not many games played. There are not many games played, and he does not play often. So this could be one of those WSL players that just is much stronger than their rating shows, and they just play WSL games, maybe. I'm going to guess that that's it. He probably plays elsewhere. But we'll see. That if he is 5Q, that should be a pretty significant advantage for Synchro on that one. Let's go back. So where are we? Tulip won that game. Division B, Seigo Sato lost to Berlin Ricci. And and someone named Blue Colts in Division A lost to someone named M Torum 0129. I don't know either of those players, but the Singapore team, that is Singapore, right? Yeah, the Singapore team is extremely strong when they show up. So that's it so far. Did anything happen? No, nothing happened yesterday. Nothing happened yesterday. So this is it. And if we go back home, what do we have coming up? Ghost 1's game still hasn't gone in the books. This game here is finished. Let's see who won that. Both of these, no, not both of these. Performing security validation here. 81 Dojo not believing me. Oh boy. Okay. Uh-oh. Hopefully we're not having problems with North America. I couldn't open it. So let's go in again. Uh-oh. Do we have database problems? Do we have the database problem or whatever, or the connectivity problem? I can't go into it. I cannot go into that game. So, not sure what to do. Let's see if I can load this game that I just already had. I can. Can I go into others? So we saw, I did this before. Maybe not. Maybe I didn't go through that route. Maybe I didn't go through that route. I went through this route. So I can't see this. Maybe this is an access thing. I don't know. This is new that I can't go in here. I know Foradun had trouble scheduling his game. And it's not actually, his game is not even showing up in the system. Because I think maybe he still can't actually schedule it. So maybe it's a side schedule. I don't know. You know, it seems like there's still maybe some ongoing issues from last week of 81 Dojo. At least from North America. I cannot go into any of these scheduling games. You know, any of these. So I can't get details, like if it's going to be late or what. But, so I don't know who won this game. This will be starting, and yeah. Yeah, so we still have some games. I could potentially... I'll open this user. And so they won. He won this game. Yeah. So Chile won that game, and against Brazil, that's Division D. Surgebringer, hello. Hope you're having a good Saturday. We've had a couple good games so far that to spectate. Benjamin Schuett had a barn burner. As always, he's an exciting player. And then Gust 1 had a great game against Mark from Mexico, and Gust 1 pulled it out. What does that mean for Division C right now? So does that give Guatemala their first win? No, it does not. No, it does not. That was board 2. Skykeeper is playing Dan 1234. Dan 1234 is also very, very strong. ISF representative from Mexico. And I believe he won the Group B, sort of the losers bracket of ISF last year. So, really strong player. Gerard UV, I'm a big fan of Gerard UV. The pharmacists, I see the pharmacist rating seems to have been dropping lately, but so has Gerard UV's. So this is anyone's game. Gerard UV plays so fast these days anyway. The pharmacist is strong, and so we'll see how that goes. This could be Guatemala's first win. Anyway, they're off to a good start with Ghost 1. And what's Mexico's rating or record? Okay, they have 1 win against France 3. It seems 6, yeah. So that's there. Let's go back to home. Okay. Okay, here we are. We are back. And I'll switch to my 81 Dojo little. Well, I'll switch to this one first. Keep it a little nicer looking. No one's waiting. The next game is coming up. The next games are scheduled to start in 18 minutes. Is there anything we can spectate in the meantime? Anything we can spectate in the meantime? Well, we can look at Benjamin Schuett's game against Ear Torpedo. Gosh, that I really don't like that sound. That sound has that sort of gross static in it. So here we are. Let's flip this game. I wish I could use key. You can't use keys. You know, I'd like to scroll through the game with my arrows rather than just click, click, click. But alas. You know, we're gonna get the opposing rook. Oh, this was not a 30-60 game. So he had said it was I think he said they were both 30-minute games, but they were not. Wow. I don't have an engine with me, but boy, that is this was this real? Is this real? Is this real? You can't. I think you can't do this. I think. This I think is too good. This is too good for there. So was this a mistake by Sente, by the static rook side? I so rarely see the silver the rook shoulder silver drop turn out to be something real, but it sure seems real here. I'm going to copy this. I can't help. I can't help it. This is not a WSL game, but I'm going to add this to the study. I can't help it. I have to see. I have to know the truth of the matter. Pawn push is what the engine wants. Engine wants pawn drop. Or going back. Or taking this pawn. Interestingly. Basically everything but what he did is what the engine wants. But it wasn't that bad. Take. And yeah, so this is okay, so with more time. Oh no, it's not with more time. And the engine said he had to take with the rook. Had to take with the rook. Okay, so this was all real. This is real. Oh, but he gave it up. Oh, this is a mistake. This is a mistake. Okay, so yeah. All right. So we're still in an even game here. We're still in an even game. This is what the engine wants. Huh. Is there any value in saving this? Not really. Okay. Well, so it just so this was yeah. This is all fine. Yeah, I've been bitten by this. That feels good, but this is too good. Boy, what a sharp game. What a sharp game. What a sharp game. Engine wants this. Or this. What did Benjamin Shibut do? He pushed the pawn. Wow. The guts. The guts. This looks terrible. The engine likes it. You know, it's not the best move, but the engine likes it. It's one of the best moves. Boy, I hate it. Why is this so good? Okay, he did what I would expect. Okay, so this was a mistake. 3-7 pawn. Huh. That's a boy. 3-7 pawn, and again. Oh, this is his move. Yeah, promoting, or 3-6. Yeah, that seems great. Both of those seem great. And this was a mistake. So now Sente has the advantage. Wow. A big advantage for Sente. How in the world did he win this game? How did he win this game? Oh, he just started playing. He started playing slow. Ooh. Yeah, he saw it. He saw the number one move there. guts. The guts. Is this mate if he takes? No, it's not mate. But it's really good. What? Okay, so now it's just closing it out. Now it's just closing it out. Right. This is faster, but they're both good. Nice. Nice. Wow. So that rook take was the key, which I think he probably had been building up for a while. Yeah. It's still not like we're still in an even-ish game, but he turned it around with that move. Wow. Wow. He's fearless. He's fearless. And then from here, it's, I don't want to say obvious, because it's not by any means obvious. I think it's from here it is, though. Oh, man. Wow. Yeah, so often it's like you can't defend yourself into a win. When you've got the advantage, it seems like so often you can't just defend yourself into a win like chess style. He had to be attacking. Boy. All right. Anyway, let's get out of here. WSL game is not being offered yet, but there should be one or two coming up. Let me see. Let me see again. Oh, there's one coming up. There's a Division E, Nestor and Ronin 5-6. They are scheduled for 5 minutes. And then at 1800, we have 2 games. So in 1 hour and 5 minutes, we have 2 games, including USA versus Great Britain, the colonies versus the Empire. Oh, Benjamin, good to see you. I didn't realize you were still there. He was scared of the 5-3 drop. So at this, when he dropped the silver, I'm guessing. So instead of attacking, he did this. So let's say he does this. Let's say he does this. You're saying he's afraid of 5-3 drop. You don't have a 5-3 drop. You don't have a 5-3 drop. I mean, you have the lance. All right, so let's say he drops a lance. Huh. Yeah, I guess that it is a bit scary. It is a bit scary. It's definitely scary. It's definitely scary. Yeah, it's definitely scary, but not that scary. I mean, look at this. It almost looks like a mate problem. He's got so many pieces. But it's easy to say with the comfort of the engine sitting on my streaming chair. It's very easy to say that it's not scary. What am I doing? Yeah, very easy to say it's not scary. What a game. What a barn burner. Boy, tense, 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 tense. Okay. They are still no waiting for the WSL game yet. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. So while we have time, is there really no way to turn off notification sounds for 81 Dojo? I'm going to turn off the game start and end sound just because I really don't like that new ending sound. I really dislike that. It's just so staticky. Is there no way to block chat? There's no way to block direct messages? Really? That seems kind of like an oversight for a system that allows chat. Like, it'd be nice to say, don't allow chats from people who are not friends. Surprised I haven't looked into that before. You know, because as someone who's logged in constantly, I occasionally get random DMs and you can hear it. You know, you can hear it. So when I leave this machine logged in, I'll often mute my sound. I'll mute my sound here so that people can't just, like, in the middle of the night, I won't hear upstairs, I won't hear from down here, like, game offer sounds and things like that. You think from the profile? Let me take a look. I'm going to look on the side. I'm going to look on the side. Oops. Oops. Edit profile. Nope. Not there. No, I mean, it looks like there are almost no options from the system. Okay, well, we're 1 minute late. We are 1 minute late, and the players have not shown up yet. So hopefully they do. Hopefully they come. And I'll give it 10 minutes, and if they don't show up, maybe I'll try to play some games. I haven't been having luck getting games on 81 Dojo lately. The 10-second games anyway. Okay. Trying to click through some games to spectate, but they're all done. It's 2 a.m. in Japan. Yes. Hello, Toaster Lee. Yeah, it's so early in Japan that it's tough. It's still tough on 81 Dojo to get 10-second games. But it seems tougher than usual. When I would, this is my usual streaming time, and if I'm playing on 81 Dojo, I'll still get people joining my games or offering 10-second games. But it seems lately just a little more quiet than usual in Japan. Lorenzo Coco, exactly, yeah. Fighting the Insomniac pool, totally. Just like on Shogi Wars. I think it's my feeling, having played it's kind of around the clock at Shogi Wars, is that this is the toughest time to play Shogi Wars. And it's also easy to think that because it makes me feel better about not playing, about losing. But I play sometimes off stream, at any time of the day. I'll play off stream, especially when it's more busy in Japan time. And those games seem to go much easier than when I'm on stream. But obviously, I play worse it's harder to play on stream, so it's hard to take that out of the equation. But I think the Insomniacs just play, maybe because they're just more dedicated players, that the skill level is a little higher relative to the other times. There were some tweets, I think. I think there were some, I don't know if it was ShogiExplained or someone else. But there was some data to suggest that Shogi Wars at my time zone, at this time, is the hardest to rank up, the most difficult games. I don't remember what the methodology was or how much data they used, but I seem to remember there being some at least mildly data-backed conclusion that around this time is much more difficult than a little later in the day. So Dan1234 is scheduled for a TTK game. That's a Shogi Harbor tournament to King, where people who are, I think, 3 dan and above, they play like WSL. It's scheduled events, and I'm not sure how long the tournament lasts. I don't think they have a website. I'm not sure where they have a website that shows the results or anything like that. I'm not sure. I don't think so. If someone does have that link, I'll take a look. But they play. I'm not sure what the bracket is looking like these days, or who's winning, or if it just started. But I know Koshiro has played a game. He streamed it and released it on YouTube. His game against French player Telmarch. I think many time European Shogi champion, and many time Brazil title holder Koshiro. So yeah, it was a great game. But it doesn't seem to get as much, at least in the things I see, it doesn't seem to get as much buzz as like WSL. Maybe because they don't have a website. Maybe because it's fewer players. Maybe because it's not country to country. I'm not sure. Maybe it's my own bias. We got a fake Koshiro. We got a 4-dan fake Koshiro. KOH Shiro. All in caps. I want to watch a Koshiro game. We have Koshiro at home. So Koshiro at home is playing Comac. I'm cheering for Comac. I don't want people taking Koshiro's name. All right, the WSL game is offered. It is offered. He's here. It's only 7 minutes late. Both of today's games that we spectated started properly. Like Benjamin Schuett's game started 20 minutes early, and then Gost One's game I think started on time or very close to on time. So that was nice to see. That's a pleasant surprise to get, games on time. I wonder what the tournament organizers would do if someone was a stickler for the rules. Let's say someone such as myself who doesn't care for scheduling doesn't care for scheduling um and all the metagame around scheduled events. Let's say someone like me would try to declare a win after 10 minutes every week, every month. What would they do? Like if I get there on time and I wait for 10 minutes, and if the opponent doesn't show up, I try to declare the victory. What would the WSL guy do? The WSL organizers. Would they allow that? Would they not allow that? Or has just no one pushed that boundary? Ostensibly it's a friendly tournament. But to me, being late is sort of inconsiderate and is kind of the opposite of being friendly. So there. There's a rule: if they don't show up for X minutes, you can screenshot and claim the win. Yeah. So if I do that, like, yeah, I think that's if I played in an event like this, that is, I think, what I would do. I would wait for 10 minutes and then I would declare a win. I wouldn't play those games. Just like if I accidentally misunderstood or mistimed, if I misdid the UTC conversion, I would accept my loss. We're now 10 minutes. We're 10 minutes late. So Nestor started requesting the game 7 minutes late, so he's been waiting for 3 minutes. And the opponent has just not shown up. I'd be curious to see metrics on this. It seems to me that as the group lowers, like this is the E division, it seems to me, based on my limited experience trying to stream WSL games, that the lower the division, the more chance of scheduling problems. But that doesn't hold perfectly. We've seen some Division A's get have scheduling snafus as well. But in terms of streaming, I think because of how many I perceive that I've of these WSL E that I've perceived to be scheduled but unplayed, I would not plan for a WSL stream for a Division E game unless I know the players. So if anyone is wondering why maybe I haven't streamed some WSL E games in the past that are scheduled during my usual stream time, That's why. It's because I don't want to rely on it because it seems Division E seems a little hit or miss, but it's totally possible that that's just my own small sample size. So if someone has data counter to that, I'll take that under consideration and reassess. You know, the next game is not for 47 minutes at this point. There are 2 games scheduled for 11 a.m. So there's a better chance that we'll get something. At the 15-minute mark, if they don't show up, I'm going to take a little bio break, refill my tea, and then be back. But I'll give it another 2 minutes here. I think I Dream of Shogi must be busy today because this is the longest I've ever sat on 81 Dojo and not seen an I Dream of Shogi game pop up. He's always playing on this site. I wonder when this TTK game is scheduled for. Yeah, Synchro's scheduled for 11 a.m. against Mary Hatman of UK. Mm-mm. YouTube chat dead. Okay, thank you. Let me restart that. Let's restart that. It's been pretty good lately. It's been more reliable than usual. No, it's not dead. I see it. I see it in there. I think the stream chat in general is dead. It's pretty dead. We don't have much chatting today. Twitch, we had more viewers earlier today in Twitch. Obviously, nothing's going on right now, so it makes sense that people left. But you know, we've only got 3 people on Twitch. We've only got 7 on YouTube. We had about 9 and 9 earlier. The peak that I saw was 9 and 9, 9 viewers on Twitch and 9 on YouTube. But it's slow. You know, streams have been slower lately. The past couple months, they've just been slower. Probably because I'm not playing as much. Understandable that people don't want to sit around, listen to me blab, or or watch games. Makes sense. Makes sense. I get it. All right. Well, I'm going to take that break. I am going to take that break. I will leave it up. Unfortunately, you can't follow someone, so if the game starts, it just jumps in. But I'm guessing he's going to be quitting pretty soon. But we'll see. Be right back. All right, I'm back. There is a TTK game. Let's watch this. This is the doozy. This is a big game. So we don't have the WSL, but this is just as good or better. Melkor complaining about being Gote all his rounds. Yeah, it wouldn't be Melkor if there wasn't a complaint. Just kidding. Dan saying no way. Oh, hi there is Tudan. He's saying congrats, man. I've been Tudan forever. How dare you? How dare you all? The disrespect. He's like, wait. He's like, wait, what? That clown is Tudan? Shots fired at me. I come into a game just to watch a friendly game of shogi, and I get shots fired at me. I get shot. The players start firing shots at me. It's no. There's no shot there. Yeah. It's almost like playing every single day for hours, hours a day for 2.5 years. You might improve a little bit. Even as an old even as an old fool. Let me check my scene. How's the scene doing? Let's blow it out. Let's get the full playing board going. So I don't know much about Dan's style. I don't know what to expect here. Clearly, he's a man of class and distinction, playing static rook. If you're still there, Benjamin, how are you feeling? 2 wins. Tired, but two big wins. I'd be feeling great right now. Like even meaningless games on stream. If I win, if I go and I have two good wins, I'm feeling great. Then again, it's a roller coaster ride because if I have 2 bad games, I'm feeling, horrible. This is 3060. I swear Benjamin Schuett's TTK game earlier today was not 3060, but maybe it was. I thought I even commented on that when we were watching. Oh, the Kifu does not show the time. The Kifu does not update the clocks while you're playing, while you're reviewing it. Maybe that's why. I saw chat move. Or the chat on the side. Maybe not. So this is going to be a long game. I'm going to guess this is going to be a long game. I would hate to leave. I'd hate to leave this game once it gets once it gets going. But this is a WSL stream. So if that synchro game starts, I feel like I have to go. out here. Sorry for the delay, just working stuff around. Oh, you say it feels good. Awesome. Yeah, I can imagine. I can definitely imagine. Is there any particular name to this approach that Melkor is playing? Comeback wins are the best. Yeah, you and Koshiro, you love those comeback wins. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know the feeling because I don't really make many comebacks. When I have made comebacks, they do feel great. Not gonna lie, but 90% of my wins are I get ahead in the opening and then I stumble over the finish line. So I think I was saying that like a year or 6 months ago on stream, that it feels like I have the advantage out of the opening in 90% of my games, and overall I win 50% of my games. So I'm getting bad beats in tons of games, and I limp over the finish line, a little more. Actually, my win rate is probably somewhere in the 55% range, considering Shogi Wars. But regardless, I feel like I have the advantage so often, and it's just a matter of can I finish it. It's so rare that I don't have the advantage and I win a game. Very dependent on my opening. Capybara, greetings. You went to your first tournament in 2 months. You won 4 of 5 games. Today is a good day. Wow, that is a good day. Oh man, you must be on cloud 9. You must be on cloud 9. Yeah, I was just Benjamin Shuett has 2 big wins. One today in Tournament to King and another one in WSL. And that's incredible. But 4 out of 5, that is a good one. Although, what happened in the 5th game? What happened in the loss? So that's the thing. Like, I could be, if I'm 4 and 5, but my loss was a game that I feel I should have won, that'll ruin everything. I'm so I'm one of those types of competitors where one bad loss will override all the feelings of good from winning. Surgery, you say Urshin or Ryu to you is a less forgiving opening if you mess up the start. Yeah. Well, so that's true. That's absolutely true. But for me, I think it's most common that I play great in the opening and I have a big advantage in the start. And it's still less forgiving because I lose a lot of those games. I mean, just this Wednesday, I think I was playing 10-second games on stream, and there were 3 games in a row that I was just crushing my opponent out of the opening. And I lost all 3 of those games. It still hurts. It still is bothering me. It just, like, without exaggeration, it is, those 3 games are literally still bothering me. They were just random, mindless 10-second games on Lee Shogi. Yet they still are living very large in my head. I'm so upset that I lost those games. Your 5th opponent was 3 Dan, rated 600 elo over you. Okay. So that's fine. Yeah, so that's not as bad. I mean, depends on, did you have chances? Like, did you have a winning position? Like, how did it go? Dan is one of the guys you go out with at ISF. Nice. Yeah. We've definitely talked about Dan and his success on the at ISF. The 4-5 Kaku is always the meme between you. Well, he plays static rook, so he's a proper shogi player. I assume is he memeing on you? He's a proper shogi player, not like opposing rook players. Oh, he is Yoku Fudori? Okay. Okay. Is that why Melkor did not push the 3-4 pawn earlier? Yeah, you're catching strays. You're definitely catching strays. I feel like I caught a stray. I caught a stray from Dan in the chat. You know, I joined the chat. I joined the observer list, and he's like, "Shogi Dad is 2 Dan. When did that happen?" Melkor does not play Yokufudori as Gote. Okay. Capybara, you say that you just kind of got dominated from the opening to the end, but one of your victims was your teacher, so that's good. You've been slaying him more and more often lately. Awesome. There's nothing quite like playing really well over the board, and it feels good. It feels really good. In your mind, Shogi Dad will always be 1 Dan. I have been 2 Dan on, all of you haters. All of you haters need to look at a history book. I have been 2 Dan on 81 Dojo, I think, for at least a year. All of you haters. I'm 2 Dan on Lee Shogi also. And my peak rating on 81 Dojo after the rating redesign, after the rating layout, it would have been 3 Dan. It just marks you as a long-time viewer. Well, if you were a long-time viewer, if you were a real long-time viewer, you'd always think of me as 2Q. I think I spent the most time on stream at 2Q. No. I've spent the most time on stream as a Shodan on 81 Dojo. On Shogi Wars. I don't stream that much, or I did not stream that much on 81 Dojo. It was mostly on Shogi Club 24 and Shogi Wars. Benjamin Shuett. I think he meant it in a good way, but I will take it as an insult. I will take it as an insult. What he should have said is, "Oh, Shogi Dad is 2 Dan. He should be 4 Dan." That's what he should have said. That's what he should have said. Or no, I guess I could have if I was looking to make drama and take offense, I guess I could have taken offense there too. Because I could argue that saying that I should be 4 Dan means he's calling out how old I am and how slow I am to improve. So I could basically, if I'm looking to create drama, we need drama in the shogi world. We need some drama. There's just no buzz. There's no buzz. There's no drama. Every day I look, I'm on YouTube. I see new chess videos about something or other going on. We have no drama. So if I'm looking to make drama, I think that's what I could have done. Melkor has 1 pawn. If he took that side pawn, he'd have 2 pawns. So there is always the risk of pushing too hard with this silver, because then you get the tatakis on the head of the static rook. Melkor himself has picked the side pawn. What's Dan's peak rating? I'm gonna guess he's been above 4 Dan, right? What's his peak? His peak is 2030, so he has been over 4 Dan. He was 3 Dan on Shogi Club 24. Yeah, interesting. So that is he's been playing Shogi since June 2020 only? Well, I guess that's 6 years. God, time flies. Yeah, there's that turning point on Shogi Club 24 where the Dans started evening out. Like the Dan level between 81 Dojo and Shogi Club 24. You know, there's such a wide range in the cues on Shogi Club 24. You say that I have a fighting heart of an 8Q? That's not true. I have the fighting heart of an 8 Dan. I just have the fighting skill of a 4Q. Ask him for an interview. You know, I don't ask for interviews. I don't want to put pressure on people. It probably to the detriment of the podcast. I don't ask people. I just don't want to put pressure on people. I appreciate anyone showing any interest in being interviewed. I don't want to pressure people. I'm gonna clear. Can I clear the arrows? I can. Okay, I've cleared the arrows. I don't know who made that arrow, and I don't know why it was staying there for so long. So this is a Melkor game. So I'm going to guess that this is Joseki. Is that, are we just in normal stuff? Like, is this just considered normal? All right, I'm going to turn off arrows. I'm going to turn off arrows from other people. So I'm going to clear arrows. You say you also lack the killer instinct. Need to work on that. Well, what do you mean also? Because I don't lack killer instinct. I lack the sharp teeth that are required for a killer instinct. You know, I'm a tiger out there with that killer instinct. I'm jumping around, but like I'm like a 90-year-old tiger. I have no teeth and my claws are very dull. So it is one of the nice things about the long time control games is that it's forgiving of internet problems. That said, I think Shogi or 81 Dojo does introduce some sort of ability to. I think Shogi or 81 Dojo, even in a 30-60 game, I think if you disconnect, I think it will declare victory in a few minutes. I think. Show the highest advantage from which you proceeded to lose. Well, I streamed those 3 games earlier this week. Those 3 games in a row where I threw away winning positions. I don't think there was literally mate on the board in those, but there might as well have been because they were so straightforward to convert. But everyone has these stories. It's not unique to me. It sometimes to me feels like I have more of these stories than other people, but it's not unique to me. Shogi is just a very easy game to lose. It's a very easy game to lose. Interesting. I'm not sure I like that as much. I mean, Melk, I'm sure Melk. This is probably Josuke. I assume in the opening.
87 just followed.
There's a follow from Infirm Building 3i. Hello. Oh, wait, no. Wait, no. Someone followed. Hold on, I can't see it. Couch Tomato followed. I'm having trouble. I have something blocking. It's like one of those mouse games. There's something blocking my view. Couch Tomato, good to see you. Thank you for that. it was not Infirm Building 3i with the new lame style of ads. Yeah, so I have to believe that this is just normal stuff because I don't think Melkor messes up in the opening. But to me, this feels a little. Feels like, not that giving up this pawn is the end of the world, but we give up this pawn and this bishop is going to potentially be a target for when we pull back, if and when we pull back. To me, it seems like it allows us to pull back. We can't do this. Obviously we can't do this because of the Tataki. And then even if he took here, it's not Sumero or anything like that. So you lose the rook. But it feels to me like this is even more powerful now, though, not because of this, but because of this. But again, that's just my dummy eyes looking at this. I expect both of these guys know what's going on here. So in a game between players of this level, when does the game begin? When does the game typically begin? The fact that there's been a long think here is making me think that it's already begun. But I'm curious. At move 1, obviously. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the move 1 is when my games begin because if I'm Sente, I grab the win. I play silver 6-8 and I grab the win and I tell my opponent, "All right, it's my win. It's your chance. You now have a chance to try to upset me." But I grab the win as soon as I can with silver 6-8. And the rest of the game is just can I prove out my advantage? While they're thinking, I'm just going to scroll down here, see if there's... Oh, that WSL game did eventually start, but they're so late. I'm going to stick with this game. They're so late. When will I convert to Mukai Bisha? You're too late. I already was a Mukai Bisha player. When when I was Gote against third file Rook, I played Mukai Bisha. Based on Satomi Nishiyama games. And now that Satomi is getting close to Urashino Ryu, now there's even less, now that she's giving up on Furibisha and following in my path, I feel like there's no reason for me to change my path. I see DrLennon has joined the spectator list. Always great to see DrLennon, friend and supporter of the channel. Haven't seen DrLennon in a while, but always glad to see. I think he has a game tomorrow for Team Mexico. I think he is the third board on this team, or is he on another one? Let's look. No, he is not on this team. He's on a different team. Let's look at the divisions. Division D. Division E. There he is. He's the captain of Mexico 2. And his game is... I swear I saw it. Oh, there it is. It is on the 26th. Oops. Sorry. Okay, so he took the pawn. As I... Per my arrows, he took the pawn. Can't take this. If silver takes, pawn drop. The king is walled off here. So if you try, I think my take, and obviously I don't know if this is correct, but my take here is if we take this pawn, Tataki, take, Tataki, take. This king is going to be dead. That's my take. Is that we just don't have enough. He can run to this side all day, and there's just not going to be enough to surround or to win with. I think you could argue that there's a gold drop here to surround the king. I don't think it's going to work out. But I'd love to be proven wrong. Because I've certainly made these attacks kind of in desperation, where, especially early on as a static rook player, I would always, and I still do, but I always underestimate the Tatakis. So I'd be making this, and then it's like, okay, well, I have no choice. I've got to go through with this. Playing 20 games doesn't make you a Mukai Bisha player. I have some of my biggest games in my life are as a Mukai Bisha player. The first 3 Dan I ever beat in my life was with Mukai Bisha. After the first 3 Dan that I ever beat, the first 2 Dan I ever beat was with Mukai Bisha. In that opening, I was heavily prepared in that opening. And how dare you say 20 games? I've played at least 100 games of that, and probably at least 30 or so of those, at least, I'd say, over the board. Don't try to fire those shots at me. You beat a 7 down with Nakabisha doesn't make you a Nakabisha player, right? Well, it depends how many times you played Nakabisha. I think an argument could be made that if you're a Nakabisha player, you're the same as a Mukai Bisha player, because it's all Furry Bisha. It's all a losing game. So if you're going to play losing openings, I think they're all the same. By the way, speaking of that, there was a tweet while we watched this. There was a tweet yesterday, I think it was. I believe it was from Furuta. From Furuta Ryusei, Amateur Maging. There are a couple tweets from him that I recorded. Yeah, it was from yesterday. He says, seriously though, if we're talking about a brutal match, and again, this is translated. This is translated. So it's not going to be the eloquence of a native speech. But seriously though, this a quote. Sorry just to belabor. This is not me saying this. This is quote. Seriously though, if we're talking about a brutal matchup of bad strategies, the bishop's corner strategy is still better than the duck strategy. The bishop's corner racks up moves just to deliberately make the bishop harder to use. But at least the bishop doesn't get targeted. The duck strategy is fine if you can land one solid blow, but if you're up against a patient, airtight piece setup, that lone rook and bishop become prime targets and get torn to shreds. End quote. And the higher level you get, I think the more this becomes true. But clearly you have to be very high level, I think, for that to be true, because there are some incredibly strong duck players out there. And yeah, I would love to see high-level players, very high-level players, play blitz duck. Like, what if a pro tried to play duck in a blitz game? Would they still just get smashed by a fellow pro? Could Habu playing duck in a blitz game beat a sort of journeyman 4 or 5 dan professional? What is that gap? This is another reason why I would love to see more fast kind of online professional games in competitions. because it would show some of that variety. I think it would make sense for someone, even just for fun, to bring out the Duck Castle. Someone who's, let's say, someone who's significantly better, like Habu, like I said, versus a journeyman 5 Dan. You say Josuke exists for this reason, but like that's like saying opening theory exists in chess. But in blitz chess, plenty of pros play dubious stuff and win with dubious stuff, even against fellow pros. But maybe is shogi easier in that regard? Is it easier to use? We say shogi is more complex, and I guess it is, but like, is it easier? Is that why we don't have as much variety at the pro level? Because it's easier to play if someone doesn't do top engine stuff, top of the line stuff? Well, knowing a weakness is not necessarily getting the weakness. Like we've had slow games where Urashino Ryu, professional slow games where Urashino Ryu has been victorious. I mean, I shouldn't bring Urashino Ryu into it because Urashino Ryu is engine approved. Urashino Ryu is engine approved. Despite what the haters will say, Urashino Ryu is a win for Sente. It will always come to the good player's mind when playing against something. That's true, but if there's a gap between the players, is shogi so easy that you just need to know ideas as a professional to win? Like I would guess not, but I don't know. But maybe because shogi is a win instead of a draw, maybe chess makes that more possible because chess is a draw with best play. Maybe being a win with best play makes it easier to win with advantage. With a Josuke advantage, maybe it's easier to win in shogi than it is in chess. Because even the dubious openings in chess are still essentially draws. Yeah, in short time control, there's a chance to blunder. I mean, definitely. I mean, that's why I'm saying blitz, like blitz tournaments. Like Abema. The Abema tournament. The Abema tournament, Satomi, I think she was Satomi at the time, but either Satomi or Fukuma, she beat Watanabe. She beat Watanabe with a dubious opening. Like to Fukuma with Nakabisha beating one of the greatest players in history, to me means Habu can win with Duck. You think having plus 500 advantage in the opening is not losable in the pros? Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, Duck is what? Duck is 500 or 600 with current top of the line engines. Is that it? Nakabisha is Duck is like minus 500 or minus 600. I think Nakabisha is minus 200 to minus 300. Hey, I like it. So this game is going to be a very slow game. The WSL, so Synchro's game, US versus Great Britain, will be starting, or should be starting soon. Should be starting soon. Guess what your engine gives you advantage when you play for Ibisha? Well, then you're playing with a dubious engine. You're playing with a dubious engine. I mean, I could write an engine that's going to. Well, I don't need to write my own engine to tell me that Urashino Ryu is advantageous, because the top of the line engines say that. But yeah. I mean, to be fair to you though, you are playing the most engine approved of the Furibishas. I'm pretty sure in my limited work and what I think I've seen on Twitter, Japanese Twitter, I think Mukai Bisha is the least dubious of the Furibishas. What do you use, like honey waffle or something? What is it? Is it honey? Is honey waffle that old Furibisha focused engine? Yanura O with some different NNUE. Shindan 3. Oh, I have not heard of Shindan 3. Oh, Shinden 3. What does Shinden mean? Shin is new. Den is something else. Does Shinden mean something? All right, I'm going to look at the WSL game. All right, the WSL game is being offered. Both games are being offered. So, this is tough. This makes it tough. If people have, I'll let people say, if we get a few people giving their preference, I'll do what the people, I'm here for the people. If people have preferences, let me know. Would you like to stick with this? If the other game starts, would you like to stick to this game, or would you like to go to the WSL game, the Synchro and UK game? That is my default. I will switch to the WSL game. Unless I get like 3 or 4 people saying to stay here. Shinden is Japanese shrine. I see. Thank you. And the game has started. All right, so we are going to leave. And we'll check up on that. We'll check up on that one. So Synchro is a Nakabisha player. Speaking of Nakabisha. Oh, we've got double Nakabisha. Wow. Clawmac, another a fellow British person, also plays Nakabisha. So I don't know if Mary Hatman has learned from her, or if the British team is just Nakabisha friendly. I don't know, but we've got a double Nakabisha game here. So the engine is calling them both losers. What has happened to Synchro's rating? What has happened here? I think of Synchro as at least Shodan. And I know that Synchro has made like YouTube videos or has assisted with YouTube videos on Nakabisha. So, and studies, extremely knowledgeable about this opening. You stay up late at night just for this? You want to see this double Nakabisha? I wonder if Synchro is just not playing so much lately, or has only been playing WSL and is getting matched against really good players. Wait, what do you mean? What a day to not have I. What does that mean? I mean, I'm cheering for Synchro here because, one, he has glasses. We know that Synchro has glasses, so I'm cheering for Synchro. Two, USA, obviously, USA. Three, I don't really know who Mary Hatman is. And four, because I have used some of his work, not much, but a little bit of his Nakabisha. I've watched some of those videos. Most of it was refresher for me, but for Nakabisha, but they were still really well done. Ooh. Do not drop that bishop here. I'm just saying, do not drop that bishop here because that rook is watching. Okay, so I feel a little bit like John Bartholomew watching a game. Sometimes when at like the climbing the rating ladder, he'll say, don't do the, he'll see the rating of his opponent. He'll be like, do not do this, and then the opponent will do it, and he'll show. But again, we know very little here about Mary Hatman. I suspect this ranking, like Synchro's, is not necessarily to be trusted because they're just they have Mary Hatman has just not played many games on 81 Dojo. So it's not uncommon for WSL players to only play on 81 Dojo for WSL. And so their ratings don't really reflect reality. I don't think I used to play this way. I don't think I like this so much. I think I prefer to bring the silver up and then the pawn and get my Kimura Mino. I wonder if he's looking to make a Kimura Mino from this position. So you are going to sleep? All right. Well, have a great sleep. Hopefully you can go to bed. If I played and won 2 big games like that, I think I'd be too jazzed up to sleep. But yeah, good night. Great game. Great, impressive games today. So where are we going now? Still can't drop that bishop on 8-8. The bishop drop would be met with gold drop 7-8. Having this silver here is, I don't think it's uncommon, but I think one of the positions I ended up liking quite a bit, and Koshiro has a video on it, is the is it the silver horns? I think it is, where you basically have Kimuramino on both sides, kind of like, silver, gold, the rook back. Having the bishops exchange certainly makes it complicated. Belald. I'm sorry. The letters are just mashing together in my eyes. My fonts are small. Belald Ardor. Greetings. Welcome to the channel. You say that the most important objective in Shogi is protect your king. It's certainly a good objective. My objective is to protect my rook. My objective is to get the other player's rook. Shogi is a game about checkmating the rook, as Urashino Sensei often jokes. My tactical sense is going off here for Sente, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I feel like there's something here. I think there might be something here. But maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. So it wouldn't surprise me if he pushes this pawn. Wouldn't surprise me if he gets the king over. But he's gonna have to do something. At some point, he's gonna have to do something about his king's position. I don't think he's going to try to make Anaguma, just in a sort of strange, roundabout way. But he certainly could. I think he could. This is not. I don't think there's anything immediate here. I never loved playing Nakabisha against Nakabisha. But I know some people really enjoy it. I couldn't put into words why I didn't like it, but I also don't always enjoy mirror matches and fighting games. So what are our top moves? I think my ideas are this. Is this getting off our attacking, getting this gold out of here? Is this good? Is this good? You like King 2-8? King 2-8. King 2-8 sure seems safe. NinWorld. You say maybe Rook 8-9 and then pushing the 8-7 pawn's an idea. Oh yeah. Yeah, just making that switch to opposing. Like one of these players is going to have to switch out of this. I think. I'm not sure, who's usually the first to go, but this definitely does seem promising. This attack over here, Mino, especially a half Mino, is famously not that great against opposing rook. And this gold is doing some work, but we have a knight jumping in. We've got our silver coming in, ready to trade stuff off. We got a bishop to drop potentially. This kind of stuff. Yeah, I like that. I like that idea. I think I might just push the pawn first. I'd probably push 8. I think I'd just probably push pawn 8-6 first. What's the meaning of this? What is the meaning of this? Is he looking to... You go this? I really want an eval check here. This castle's so bad. And yeah. I think the edge attacks work really well against Mino. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This is certainly not what I would expect from someone who I think of as sort of a Nakabisha technician, like someone who seems to know Nakabisha really well. This does not. This all seems pretty speculative, but maybe he's worked this out before. Maybe this works. Maybe this approach is sort of like a something he's worked out for Nakabisha versus Nakabisha. One problem with taking the gold is that the pawn comes up. The silver is still defending 5-3. This gold was always weirdly placed over here. Drop the silver? Yeah, I mean it's interesting. It's interesting. You know, his castle is still not in good shape, but he does have he's blocking a lot of the drop points though. So maybe it's okay. Maybe this position is stable enough to begin doing speculative attacks like this. Maybe. Maybe he sees something concrete. Maybe it's not speculative. Maybe he sees something concrete. Hmm. Do we jump the knight? Do we drop a knight? Hmm. Yeah, just I won't tell anybody. Okay. Whew. Can we drop the silver? Is there boy oh boy. Feels like it feels to me almost like Gote has a lot of good moves here, but maybe that sometimes makes it difficult. Yeah, yeah, keeping that rook back for defense is important. Certainly is. But do you consolidate with a silver drop here? Do you consolidate with a silver drop? Do you drop a pawn back? To me, that just feels a little heavy. Maybe it feels heavy though to me. Like it feels like to me that we might have wanted to use that bishop somewhere else. I think there are going to be a lot of nice drop points because Sente's castle is so weak. And now what? Do we drop a pawn back? Do we drop a pawn back? Do we drop a knight? Drop a knight here on this side? Wow, that's a fast move. Wow. Boy. Unless Synchro sees something. Boy, to me it looks like Gote has got a real is in a real good spot here. I wonder if there was a misread, or maybe I'm misreading. I wonder if there was a miscalculation of what would be in hand and what the final position would look like when he made that initial sacrifice of the knight. Yeah, Sente lost the opportunity to let Gote have an idle gold. That's a good way of saying it. That's a good way of saying it. Yeah. If you mean the idle gold on 6-4. On 7-7. Well, what's idle about it? So if Sente would have pulled back the gold, then Gote would have just taken this pawn, right? Ooh boy. Ooh boy. Ooh boy. Oh boy. Uh Knight drop? No. Pawn drop? Pawn drop? Boy, both of these players are playing too quickly, I think. I think they're both playing too quickly, but maybe they can calculate much faster than I can. Should he drop the knight? Should he drop a silver? Should he just take this pawn? Drop the knight here, maybe? Drop the knight here. Let's take the pawn, drop the knight. My heart tells me that can be safely ignored. Keep in mind there are this king the king, you know, this castle was never made and this pawn was never pushed. So the king is kind of stuck in there. So what are we going to do? Drop a silver here? If he drops a silver here, do we drop a silver here? Yowzer, 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 yowzer. Yowzer. Wow. Is there mate? That seems good. You thought Gote can take the gold with the horse. That's what I was looking at, trying to make work in my brain. I can't see I cannot read it out fully, so I wouldn't want to just throw it away. Wait, what? Now can he take now? What about gold? So gold drop. Silver takes. Silver takes. Silver takes. Knight takes. So if we drop a gold on 2-8, king can't take because we just take the gold for free. So silver takes. Gold drop. Silver takes. Gold takes. Or horse takes. If rook takes, we just drop the gold. We drop the new gold back on head, and that's mate. So I think gold 2-8 works. I think gold 2-8 works. We could also drop a pawn there, but I think gold 2-8 is forcing. Oh no, 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 no. So gold 2-8 takes gold drop would have been mate. Oh, boy. Oh man, that's a big mistake. That is a big mistake. I think. Oh, now we don't have any pressure on the gold. Oh man. Gosh, they played so quickly. All right. What about now? Now he has no pieces. Oh, this horse is in a terrible position now. Oh. Right? I think Gote has plenty of moves. Time. Oh, no, 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 no. I think the only choice there was this. I think this was the only choice. Gotta take this. You've got to take this silver or this gold. Was it? Wait. Oh gosh, I wondered if this might have been better. Maybe it doesn't matter. Oh man, they're playing so fast. Gold. Gote is in no rush. No rush. Oh boy, that is now mate. That's now mate. Horse takes his mate. Horse takes. King runs. Silver drop. Runs. Gold drop. Yeah. GG. Yeah, that castle really came back to bite him. Oh man. Oh, it fell apart so quickly. Good game to both. Good game to both. So I want to take it back to this point. So I think this was mate, right? This was it. Or this was the best chance, right? So gold drop. I think this is what you were also talking about before. Hey, Darkwing Dog, nice to see you. You take with the horse first. Okay, so let's look at this first. So if the silver takes, then this is mate. So that is there. And if the gold takes, or if the king takes, then we're just in. Although, yeah, I like this seems safe enough. Like this seems safe enough. So you're saying this is a WSL World Shogi League match. So this was a World Shogi League. Let me see if I have this still in. World Shogi League is this. It's a country battle of 3-player teams. Every month there's a battle between countries, and there are multiple divisions. This was United States and Great Britain. So let's look at your suggestion here. So we take... Oh, and now you like this. Yeah, that looks good too. That looks good too. Is there any... All right, yeah. So I did look. So like during that game at this point, I did look at the I had the 81 Dojo do an engine eval here, and so at this point, this was minus 870. So this like I think we speculated, this was better for Gote. This was better for Gote. This was a mistake to make this play. All right. Do we have any other WSL games? We still have the TTK game going. Oh no, that ended. That ended. The TTK game ended. Gote won. Melkor won. Congrats. Let's get out of here. Let's see. Are there any other WSL games coming up today? I don't remember. No, that's the end. That's the end. So good games. We got some really interesting ones to watch today. I guess just to finish things off, there's this Journey to Jozu, move 120. Let's jump in. The game ended. All right. So we didn't get to see that. All right. So I think that's going to do it. Really interesting ones. Congrats to everyone who played. Congrats to the people, especially who won. And thank you for the people who watched and chatted, and thank you for the supporters of the channel. Remember to take a look at the podcast if you haven't already. It was a really fun interview this week. And enjoy your days tomorrow. Foradun has a match tomorrow. Good luck to Foradun. And I'll be at the club, so I won't be able to stream this like today. But thanks. This was really fun. It turned out well. And I hope people at least had something interesting to pass their time with. So thanks again. See you soon. Take care and